Chuck, regarding the Facsimile 1, the lion couch scene with Osiris and Anubis, I ran across a video on YouTube recently, about a 10-minute thing done by a Mormon apologist, where he makes the charge that you have made a pretty grave mistake insofar that the person laying there on the altar could be a form of an Osiris in the making, so to speak. Would you respond to that?
Okay, you're talking about the backyard professor. Okay, I had a chance to look at that YouTube video today, and normally I don't seek out people that make critiques and so forth or try to respond to them, because it's pretty much a waste of time. Plus, any position that a Mormon takes to try to defend the Book of Abraham, some other Mormon is going to disagree with them in order to go and support their own theory about why it's a certain way, and so they cancel each other out. I don't have to do that. This one particular fellow, though, what's his name again? Shirts.
Yeah.
Gary Shirts. Terry Shirts. Gary Shirts. Well, I felt really kind of flattered. 2 minutes into it, well, he starts out by talking about what a great day it is because there's finally proof that Egyptologists agree with Joseph Smith. Okay, and I think, oh, really? This should be good. I'm anxious to hear what he has to say. So he goes on, and he was funny to watch, because I could have sworn, if I'd closed my eyes, I could have sworn it was Jesse Ventura giving us another conspiracy theory video about how the government flew missiles into the Pentagon disguised as airplanes. You know, it just sounded like Jesse Ventura doing a conspiracy theory video. Okay, well, he was going to go ahead and reveal this wonderful information here, because how did he put that? He says, the anti-Mormons' #1 hero, Charles Larson, is now destroyed. And I thought, wow, #1 hero. I had no idea. I didn't even know that there'd been an election. I don't know who else was running. What an honor. So I decided to listen and see what he had to say. And he didn't say much. It appears that he was taking exception to my reconstruction of Facsimile 1, which, by the way, was a professional reconstruction. I say professional reconstruction in that it was done utilizing every professional method to do so and based upon the input of professional Egyptologists. What we did was we took the actual photograph of the papyrus, and we filtered out all of the papyrus background and strata so that we had only the inked portion. We then cut that apart where the thing had been glued onto the paper in fragments and little misaligned and so forth, and aligned them correctly, okay, so that everything lined up the way that it was. And we then looked at it to see, okay, using similar funerary texts, similar drawings, the knowledge of Egyptian mythology and so forth, would what the Egyptologists say should be there fit on this piece of paper? And it did. Everything fit exactly the way that it was lined up to be and exactly the way that it was described. Okay, it was a picture of the jackal-headed god Anubis preparing to embalm the severed body of Osiris, while Isis is lifting, rising above him as a falcon, and his bow is ascending. Okay, and they're about to go and procreate. So this is a common theme in Egyptian funerary mythology. Now, bear in mind that the Book of Breathings was composed around the 6th century BC and in use for about 200 or 300 years before it began altering some more, and it had grown out of previous texts from the Book of the Dead. There was a lot of flux at that time, and so there's some variation in the theme from where things were buried, the way that they were drawn, the way they were interpreted. Mr. Shirts, he pointed out that another Egyptologist was taking exception to my reconstruction.
Lanny Bell.
Lanny Bell, okay, yes, from Brown University. And he said that what Lanny Bell said is that I misidentified the body laying upon the bier in Facsimile 1, that it is not Osiris. that it is actually the person for whom the scroll was written. Okay, which in this case, of course, since this is the breathing permit of the priest Hor, that it would be Hor, okay, Hor or Horus. Well, I knew that, and I think I said that in my book. The deceased that receives this prayer scroll actually becomes Osiris, or is animated in the way that Osiris does. That's why this scene of resurrection is put into the book. Okay? So while one Egyptologist could say this is Osiris laying upon the bier, and the other would say this is the deceased representing Osiris laying upon the bier, that's basically what the Egyptologist was saying. Okay? But oh, Mr. Schertz was just so excited about this because now Charles Larson has made a mistake. Charles Larson is destroyed. Well, the Egyptologist never did say that what Joseph Smith said was correct. Okay, and I think that I remarked earlier that this is not even, you know, my description and what this other Egyptologist was saying, and some other Egyptologist might say disagreeing with him, is not a matter of comparing apples and oranges. Okay, this is a matter of comparing Macintoshes and Granny Smiths. Okay, it's the same thing. Whereas you get to what Joseph Smith said it was, Abraham laying upon an altar about to be sacrificed. We're not looking at apples and oranges here either. We're looking at apples and rocks. Okay, Joseph Smith was wrong. 500% wrong in what this was. Okay, so I get that type of thing all the time, like this fellow, this backyard professor in the video. He's desperately trying to cling to something that's going to make the thing sound true to him, and he's so full of his missionary zeal that he just has to try to share this with anybody else who wants to listen to it too. So that's why he puts them on a video like that, and anyone with any sense of reason who looks at that or knows anything about what he's talking about can only feel embarrassed for him. Okay.